So you're thinking about selling your house? Stick around. Today's video, we're going to go through 5 pro tips to sell your house fast and for the most amount of money you can get. That is coming up next. What's up, everybody? It's Matt Allen here with the Allen Real Estate Team. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking time to watch this video today. If you're new to this station, you really know what to do. You gotta subscribe, you gotta hit that bell, you know. Anyway, today's video is for you sellers out there. We've been doing a lot of buyer videos. Today's devoted to you sellers. And why, you might ask? Because most sellers are like, all I need to do is put a sign in the front yard and I'll have 20 offers, which in theory is true, but there's a lot more to it. And today we're going to talk about 5 pro tips that you can use as a seller to make sure you are getting the best price possible in the fastest time and the smoothest transaction, which is probably one of the biggest things. At the end, we're going to talk about a bonus, so stick around to the end of the video. Without further delay, let's start with number 1. Pricing your house. That's number 1 on my list. You've got to make sure your house is priced appropriately for the market. Now, I know a lot of sellers out there want to put their house up and be the highest sale in the neighborhood, and that is not how you want to go about doing this. You need to have your realtor, your professional in the real estate industry, do a full market analysis of the house. The other thing you want to do is create urgency with that house. So you're going to price it so that buyers are looking at it going, yeah, they priced that house really good. We got to move fast. We got to get in there to get an offer in on the house. So pricing appropriately doesn't mean pricing it beyond what everything else is selling for in there. That's going to lead to issues with appraisal. That's going to lead to not a lot of people wanting to make offers on the property. So once you know what the value is, price that house out very close to what that value comes out to. You're going to see some great results with that. Now, number 2 on my list has to do with preparing your house to go on the market. And I have a ton of buyers. Just about all my buyers right now are looking at things like roof and systems. As a rule of thumb, I would say if your roof and your systems are less than 5 years old, you're good to go. If they're older than that or much, much older than that, you're going to need to look at possibly replacing those or putting in the marketing remarks that you're willing to give a credit toward those new systems. Everybody doesn't, when they're paying top dollar for a house, want to make sure the roof's going to be around for a while and that the systems are going to be around for a while. So make sure those things are in place. My 3rd pro tip for all you sellers out there has to do with an open house. The very first weekend you have that house in the market, you absolutely need to do an open house. Again, everybody in the selling realm is going, why do I need to do an open house? I'm going to get 5 offers in the first weekend. But it gives you the opportunity to show it to as many people as possible. Let them see how great your house is. Have professional marketing material ready. Your realtor should help you with that if you're in Central Florida. But you gotta showcase it that first weekend. That is key to getting as many people into the house as possible. Make it available. So the next pro tip on my list has to do with getting your house ready to go on the market. If there's just one thing that you need to focus on to make sure your house looks great, looks crisp, clean, ready to go, it's that front of the house, it's the curb appeal. We just went to a house, I think it was a week and a half ago, and there was a tenant living in the house. And the house, as we walked up to it, the incomplete front of the house just was a mess. None of the landscaping had been touched. There was overgrowth. The paint looked bad. And it totally turned the buyer off. So make sure you've got nice green lawn in the front if you have a green lawn, if you have a lawn at all. Make sure the paint is fresh. Whether or not you need to have the house repainted before you put it on the market. I know those are additional expenses, but it goes a long way. And remember, we're trying to get as many offers as possible. So if somebody doesn't have to go ahead and repaint the house, of course they're going to pay more for that house. So make sure the shrubs are all trimmed. There's fresh mulch or bark or whatever you use out front. Put some fresh flowers out there. Make it staged so it looks like, oh my gosh, this is a house that I need to live in. I hope that helps. Once you've completed steps 1 through 4, number 5 should be a breeze. And number 5 has to do with the offers coming in. Make sure that you and your agent stick to the deadline set for getting those offers in and making a decision. I just had a situation last week where we submitted an offer within the time frame that the listing agent had put in the MLS, and then they took an extra 2 to 3 days to make a decision, and it totally threw my buyer off, and I'm sure it threw a bunch of other buyers off, saying, you know what, they set these deadlines, they made us jump through hoops to get that offer in, and now they're taking their time still waiting for something higher and better to come in. So if you are going to make that deadline, that all offers, highest and best, and I would have your agent call for a highest and best. Make sure those offers get in within that time frame, play by the rules, and give somebody a decision no later than 24 hours from that point. Bonus time. I always try to give a bonus towards the end, so you stick around. I leave the best stuff for last. The bonus has to do with deciding what is the most important criteria when looking at offers and what's most important to you. I know a lot of sellers say, well, price, that's obvious. I want the highest price. Well, that's obvious to you, but it may not be obvious to everybody. Some people are looking for the ability to sell the house to a buyer that has a family or wants to use the house as a residential house. We just had one 2 weeks ago where it was very important to sell the house to a military family. So, you know, everybody's motivation is different. It's not just about money. It may be, I need to close in 30 days to move into my new house, or I need to lease the house back for 2 or 3 months while I find something. So have that criteria set in place, and if a buyer's agent's smart enough, he's gonna ask you what's most important to that seller. So keep that in mind. I hope these quick tips were helpful for you. If you have any questions or want more advice, you know what to do, drop them down below. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.